My brothers and sisters, you are now watching The Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
My name is not important. What is important is what I'm going to do. That intro alone tells me this story will be trash. What's going on, peoples? I wanted to talk about this new game trailer, that a lot of people, there's a lot of mixed reactions when it comes to this trailer, and the game is called Hatred. It's pretty self-explanatory. The game is called Hatred. You know that violence is going to be in this game, but for a lot of people, this violence is kind of crossing the line, so I just wanted to talk about my thoughts of it, because again, there's a lot of mixed reactions to this trailer. So let me just give my 5 cents, if I will, so Hatred, pretty much, if you've seen the trailer, you're playing as a guy. His name is not important. What is important is what he's going to do, and he hates the world, and pretty much his only mission is to just go out and kill people, just completely massacre people, and the game, I mean, from what they showed it itself, like, this is a game that I will not buy, but it has nothing to do with the violence. I won't buy this game because, again, I think the story will be trash. I think the guy that you play as will just be a boring, dry character, has no emotions whatsoever, and that's pretty much the reason why I'm not buying this game. It has nothing to do with the violence, and for the side of people that, do not like, what this game is representing, as far as it's, especially when you think of all the times that, people say that, games influence us, like Grand Theft Auto and like all these other, like, violent games we play. We always know that games are always being blamed for, something that for something that actually happens in the real world. I mean, before they blame movies or TV shows, they will blame video games. So, with a game like this, it definitely brings up that issue. But again, violence in video games has been around for a while. Like, it's been around pretty much since games started. We've all played violent games before. Let's not act like we haven't, from Grand Theft Auto to Gears of War to Call of Duty to Mortal Kombat. I mean, I can go down the list. There's a lot of violent games out there. Now, I know the context of the violence is different in this game, because this game, it seems like he has no morals whatsoever. His only mission is to just kill innocent people, and I definitely get why people are looking at this game like, okay, this is crossing the line. I do not condone this. I get it, but it's video games. Part of the reason why we play games is not just because we enjoy them. It's because it takes us away from the real world. It's like once you start playing games, you're in a fantasy world to where the real world rules no longer apply. And even though I get why some people are up in arms about what this game is representing, again, it's a video game. Like, it's a fantasy world. If you're not mature enough to handle the stuff that are in these games today, which some gamers are not, I think it goes down. It goes back to the parents being responsible and knowing what their childs are playing. In these games, the stuff they're saying. There's a reason why games are rated E or rated T for teen or rated M for mature. Like, there's a reason for that. And if you feel like your child is not responsible enough to know the difference between violence in games to violence in real life, then they shouldn't be playing these type of games in the first place. And it's not just with Hatred. It goes down to God of War, goes down to Grand Theft Auto, goes down to Call of Duty, goes down to Battlefield. It goes down to every game that we've played that is rated M for mature. I just don't understand how we can play all these other games that have violence in them, from Gears of War to God of War to Mortal Kombat to, I mean, just all the games that I just mentioned. There's an extreme amount of violence in these games, and blood and gore and stuff like that. And yet in those games it's fine, but in Hatred it's not. Again, like again, I know the context of the violence and hatred is definitely different from the context of the violence in those games, but violence is violence at the end of the day. We're still seeing the same amount of stuff. Even in hatred, it's just in a different way it's being shown, in a kind of an uncomfortable way it's being shown. So let's not be hypocritical here. Like violence is nothing new in games. If you are mature enough, this game should be nothing different from what you've played, in the past. I kind of compared this game, kind of to that level that was in, I think it was Call of Duty 4, and I think you could choose to skip the level or not, but that level where you was in the airport, and then you could just like straight up just kill all the people that was in the airport. It's kind of like it's like a controversial game right now, as far as the violence that you're seeing, because it's just straight up like just killing for no reason. So I get it, but at the same time it's like, is this really something new to us? Like what is really different with hatred? If you really break it down, what is really different about hatred? Violence is violence. It's just it's being shown in an uncomfortable way, So that's my thoughts about hatred. I will not be getting this game, but it has nothing to do with the violence. For me, I'm not getting this game because I think there will be little to no storyline, and I know this character will be boring as cheeks. So that's why I'm not getting this game. But it has nothing to do with the violence. If you are mature enough, you should be able to handle any type of game regardless of how violent that game is. So that's just my thoughts about it. What do you guys think about hatred? Is this game is this game kind of crossing the line? Is it such a thing as too much violence in games? Let me know in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch y'all on my next one. All right, peace out.